I think one of the joys of curating your legacy digitally, video in this case, is to review the things you achieved, the things I achieved. And Gail Gwinn demonstrates one of the best things about the Pram Halfwood Press series that I did. She bought a chest, she took it to a gallery, she shared it with other people, and went on to loan it to still other artists so that they could show their printing techniques in fairs. I hope you enjoy watching this.
Get back here today.
Because you don't want to get so much of the ink off that it, the edges are nice and smooth. And then what I do, especially when I have a plate like this that has a lot of white on it, I use like a telephone paper or something and just polish those areas. And this,
Example of the vintage piece. And
so I put the paper down. I'm just going to put a little strip of water on either end because that helps the paper stick. Let me see if there is a right and wrong side of the paper, but I don't have these marked and I don't see very well, so. And then put little blankets down.
we need a little gnome to turn that into.
It's so cute.
One paper might slip, so. Okay, pull that off.
Great, can you hold it up?
Alright. So I'm additioning these edges would be nice and clean. And I actually, what I learned through the school. So I'll put it over here. Here we are rolling up the plate again. And actually, I don't even really need the excess ink off. And sometimes you can do a hand wipe, like I would take the gloves off and just put my hand and rub off the excess powder and just hand wipe. But I try to etch my plate so that I don't have to do that because I don't like to. When I have dirty hands.
Dirty hands.
I don't like dirty hands. But I'm just looking around. Yeah. Okay, so this paper is a different paper. It might have been too wet. And you can see, like, this paper took the ink. And I usually decide before I'm doing a print which kind of paper I want to use. And that's what I use to proof with all the way through. Chat about this stuff.
Monotypes are probably closer to painting and drawing, and mono being one. I only get one and maybe a ghost out of this. What I use as a plate is just plexiglass, and nothing has been done to the surface. This is it. So the way that I work is I tend to ink up the plate completely and then wipe away areas. I'm interested in the subtractive. Wiping can be done with tarlatan so that you can get a lot of beautiful textural kinds of things. I use a variety of tools when I do this. I have these great Q-tips, and they are wonderful for creating big, heavier kinds of lines. And so you can get everything in terms of detail when the press is and everything is working together. You can work in a very representational manner with this type of printmaking too. So I could go in and brush some things, and as I said, mainly I'm kind of looking. I'm really going to approach this like a test, so I'm going to try as many different kinds of textures. There's a beveled edge on the plate, and I like that dark edge around the plate, so I'll go back in and run at least a couple of. So usually at this point I would just flop the blanket over.
And the paper's not damp, it's a dry paper?
It's actually a slightly damp paper. It's Arches 88, which I don't soak, and then I just dampened it a little while ago. So.
With Bill fighting?
Yeah. So usually on mine I run it up and back.
Okay.
So I don't, again, not knowing this press. So.
Well, Bill showed me when we did it back and forth, and it was fine.
Okay. Now we'll see what happens.
Whoa. Sweet.
Yeah. Neat. Oh, so
Yeah.
sweet.
Very cool.
It's just scratching lines of the plate. And kind of like Bridget, I've just got plexiglass plates. And I've beveled one side of it. And so I did a little, I'm going to, draw on the back side. This stuff will wipe off after a while. And then it's just a matter of scratching into the plate. And then, you can use different techniques. Scratching into plastic.
And it serves to create texture on plexiglass. And now
So it's all covered in black now, and I'm going to try to get the lines to come back. And with these, when I do this type of thing, I don't try to really get the plate really clean. But I don't do too much to encourage it. Just I don't wipe it clean. I just.
Very nice.
So with a little bit more sandpaper, I could have darkened this down, the flower pot down here. And usually a lot of these, I'll go and hand color them, And the ink is catching in the scratch part, and it's catching in there, and that's what's and so I think when you etch something, it's going down into the groove. For this, it's just kind of catching on that burr that I scratched into it. The process is dry point. Look at that. Yeah.
Okay, so, now, here we are, now you have to clean part. Part that is based in the white room. And so, I'm going to put the paper down. I'm just going to put a little strip of water.
That's cute.